finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We are live here tonight at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for the PTM Racing Street Stocks. Here we are with 15 drivers on the field ready to go here tonight. What an incredible lineup we've got going on for you guys here as we run them down the top 15 drivers here tonight running your race here tonight. We're looking at the pole. It'll be Kayla McCarthy in the number 24. She will lead them off with Jonathan Atkins in the 17 right beside her in second. Row number 2 is going to be Matthew Hofford in the 84. And to his outside, that's going to be Dustin Sonaker in the number 50. Row number 3, Brian Rupert in the 25. And to his outside, that's Dustin Rouse in the 30. Row number 4, that's going to be Cindy Taylor in the 7. To her outside, Robert Kahn in the 21. Row number 5, Jeffrey Oakes in the 20. And his outside, Dakota Bruh in the 52. Row number 6, that's going to be Shane Ledoux in the 51. To his outside, that's Lance Breitlinger in the 15. Row number 7, that's going to be Chantel the Throttle Bottle in the number 5. And to her outside, that's Keith Taylor in the 8. Starting shotgun on the field, that is the 3 of Dave Bitchner. Well, guys, we've got a 15-car lineup here tonight ready to go at it. Whoops. That's what happens when I push the wrong buttons today. But once we get ready to go here, 15 cars here on this 0.538 mile track. Front stretch looking at about a 4-degree turn and a back stretch of 3 degrees. The turn's 13 degrees in total. So what that means is these guys are going to have to try to find multiple lines to hit, but the line you'll see most of them go after is the bottom line, which may be a little tricky, and we'll get more into that later about that bottom line here on turn 1 and 2. More on that later, as we mentioned before, but tonight, as we mentioned, this is week 8 of a 10-week race. That means only one thing: we're getting ever so closer to the end of the season, the end of the series for these street stock drivers, and it has been a heck of a season, to say the least, for these guys. A lot of names that a lot of people were not expecting to be up in the top spot each time out, and a lot of drivers really starting to show that they can work not only on iRacing but on other platforms as well to their maximum advantages. Well, we're getting ready to get the drivers out here, ready to go here. Again, thanks everyone that's tuned in so far. I've seen Sean Trower tuned in earlier. Thanks again, Candice B. McCarthy rooting on her girl, Kayla McCarthy, right up front. As they go around for the parade lap, everyone on their feet, wave them around down the track. We'll get them ready for green flag racing this time by. We're going to get everybody all situated out here, give them a chance to get everything ready to go. Once that green flag flies, though, all bets are off, and there is no more friends in this series. This track is one of the most hard technical tracks that I believe these guys have been running on all season long. And I can tell you from running it earlier, it is very hard to master. It is not friendly on the start. You're going to see these guys get a little loose off the first 10 laps. We're going to see if that plays into the main race itself. Green flag flying high in the air this time by. Here we go. Right out of the gate immediately, Kayla McCarthy having to try to catch up there with Jonathan Atkins. Atkins holds it on the high line right in the middle, going down low. McCarthy tries to steal it from him again. They go down the back stretch. They're going to go side by side for the lead. Kayla McCarthy now taking it down with the Cowboys. Number 24 trying to get the boys up into the lead early. She has the momentum and she will carry it through around Atkins as they work them on back. In the back of the pack, Jeffrey Oakes currently running in fourth right now, trying to get up into position. He's trying to get out of fourth and up into the third slot. Actually, he's in fifth right now. Excuse me. Shane Ledoux in the 51, currently in the sixth slot. 52, Dakota Bruh, and that Rusty Nuts, number 52, trying to get something going here, trying to get an early advantage back off of his last-minute runs he's had in the last couple of weeks. So far, so good. Everything running clean on this very difficult technical track. We'll see how long that it plays in their advantage, though, as they work them on in, down out of turn 1, going into turn 2. Dustin Slonaker and that Undertaker, number 50, having some problems there. It looks like some technical difficulties going on his end in the car itself. Not able to get it to run the way he's looking at it right now as they work them on down out of turn 4. Turn 4, now we have a battle between Chantel the Throttle Paula and the new Pepsi machine, number 5, and the 52 Rusty Nuts of Dakota Bruh. Dakota Bruh right now doing a great job holding his own on the bottom, trying to get around Chantel there. They work him on in, down, out of turn 3, going into 4. Dave Bitchner now trying to get himself up into contention, trying to get his way around him. They work him on down. Chantel trying to hold off Dave Bitchner. Right now, though, they work them down out of turn 1, going into turn 2. It looks like Dakota is going to get the run off of there. Ledoux having some problems there down the backstretch. A little bit loose. He gets there, not quite able to get his line back into contention. We'll see how everything runs out for him. Right now, they're all chasing down that one. You don't mess with Texas McCarthy yet again. McCarthy with the early advantage, getting a great jump start off that restart there. And right now, Matthew Hoffer trying to get up there with Jonathan Atkins at 17. That is the battle for third. Battle for fourth right now, or excuse me, second. Battle for fourth right now is between Cindy Taylor and Jeffrey Oaks. Jeffrey Oaks in the old red, white, and blue trying to get around the Monster Energy Traxxas machine of Cindy Taylor. Cindy has been one of the favorites all season long. She has really been the driver that a lot of people were not expecting to be in the top half, much less in the lead, but she has been in the lead for quite a while there with the Legend Series. And now in the Street Stock Series, she's trying to make up some lost time and lost ground. They'll work them on in, down out of turn 1 and 2. You can see Dave Bichner in the 3 actually doing a great job holding his own there with Dakota Bruh and the Rusty Nuts machine. Dakota Bruh is your points leader by only 1 point of Matthew Hofford. The last thing he wants to see tonight is Matthew Hofford finishing ahead of him as you get a wide open range of Myrtle Beach Speedway here. Beautiful facility, and thank you again for letting us come down here and be able to race here. Fans here are very good. It looks like some trouble there for Jeff. Oh! At turn 2, he loses it in the turn, and unfortunately, that's the problem you run into sometimes. Caution's not coming out, though. That was only one car, and that is a tough break for Jeffrey Oaks. That's going to put him way back in the pack. He's going to have to find a way to get that time back and get some momentum back after that one. That is really going to slow down his momentum here. Right now, your number 3 seed, second seed going into tonight, that is Matthew Hoffer in the 84 right now, trying to get around Jonathan Atkins and challenge up for the leader of McCarthy. Kayla McCarthy right now is your race leader, and currently in the points race is pretty much out of contention. She's running in the bottom half, not in the top 10, so she pretty much at this point is just trying to play spoiler and trying to show the boys up right now, and she's doing a pretty good job of it, holding her own here. They will work them on down. Jeffrey Oaks currently in pit road right now, getting some damage repair done on that. They do have instant repairs, though, so we'll see if that's able to help him out here. Robert Kahn, the old rattlesnake, the Pony Express, call him what you will, in the 21 STP machine. He's trying to get that STP oil working up a sweat and trying to get up in there so he can place the bet on McCarthy. But McCarthy right now is your race leader by a good chunker, so about 2 seconds ahead of Jonathan Atkins, who's currently running in second. This is surprising to me, folks. This is very surprising. I was not expecting to have such a clean start immediately and have such a clean race, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised that much. These guys are the rookie series, but they are been figuring everything out each time out, and it just seems like each race gets better and better when it comes to the amount of green length races. But we're going to see, though, if maybe that comes back to haunt them on the later half here. Because right now, they'll be burning those tires in a little bit better now to where they can get everything figured out. But fact is, McCarthy is just way too far ahead. She's already in lap traffic right now with the number 30, Dustin Rouse. Dustin Rouse, some serious damage on the front end of that machine there. Might have took a little hit. He'll work them on down out of turn 3, going into 4. McCarthy right now working them on in is your race leader. She is our in-race reporter tonight, but I don't think we're going to be talking with her too much if she's doing this right now. Currently maintaining great position and great ground on everybody. And Jonathan Atkins right now just trying to figure something out so he can get back up into the spotlight and try to get something going for him. Jonathan Atkins was the points series leader in the Street Stocks, but unfortunately a few missed calls and a few non-shows. It's like in racing, you no call, you no show, you don't get points. Dakota Bruh says, I haven't no call, no show yet. I'm trying to get back up here, my friends. Worked them on out of turn 2. You can see the pass made to Cindy Taylor there. Now he has taken over for 4th. Time starting to elapse though with these guys. I wonder how much was Dakota saving those tires up, because he's starting to get a good run here. Starting to make the ever so treacherous journey back up to the pack here. Look at this now, back up front. It's a little bit of a battle here as Dustin Rouse is trying to get around the 84 and the 17. He is successful on the backstretch there. Matthew Hofford able to make a good time and a good momentum there and hold his own. But so far, it is early, and these guys right now have been really figuring their lines out and figuring out their spots to make Now, if you're wondering, though, folks, why are these guys not trying to go a little lower to that white line there when they're going out of turn 1 and 2? Well, that's because there's some turtles down there on those white bars there. And compared to 3 and 4, 3 and 4, you just got to make sure you get as close to the wall as you can on this D-shaped track. But when you're on this part right here, you're going to see them play 2 lines, either very high and then straight down low, or in the middle like Dakota Bruh just did and bring it right low. Speaking of the point stairs, let's go on board here with Matthew Hofford. We're going to show you exactly what we mean by that white line situation. He's going to work it on in down the middle. He's going to try to get a little more gas here. He's going to try to apex it right off that turn, straight to the back, down the back straightaway. Now watch how close he gets to the wall here. This is something that you don't usually see with these guys. This is something you usually see with Wheeling Modified Series, which is the most common race ran here for Myrtle Beach, is they're going to get as close as they can to that wall to maintain ground and momentum to try to work off the apex. But right now, Jonathan Atkins currently still over 2 seconds away from McCarthy. McCarthy making this look too easy out there. Shane Ledoux in the 51 trying to make up for lost time and ground. He's not lapped just yet, but Dustin Rouse got lapped, and you know Jeffrey Oaks unfortunately caused that little wreck, and I just had to mention Jeffrey Oaks. Shane Ledoux involved in that one too. Got a little too far up to the wall there, and unfortunately causing that a big lick there. McCarthy able the presence of mind to stay out of trouble and stay out of the way. We're almost at a quarter of the way there, and McCarthy right now, in my opinion, is looking to be the veteran of these drivers. She is continuing her dominance in the street stocks. It's hard to believe, folks, though, but a long time ago, when we were running with you with the NASCAR Heat 5 series, you didn't see too much of that. You didn't really see too much of the ladies and the women getting in there with the gentlemen and really starting to show their own. But it seemed like ever since McCarthy was able to find a new world, find a new light, all of a sudden something clicked, something changed, and now, ever since she joined iRacing, she has been a favorite for each time out that she runs. And that's something, honestly, you can't help but respect. She worked her way up from the bottom up, and now a top-tier driver amongst the other females of our sport, that being Chantel, the Throttle Pottle, and even Cindy Taylor. They right now are the women of PTM, if you will, and they are the females you got to keep your eye on each time out. Top-tier drivers at their finest, but Lance Brantlinger's right now saying, I don't really care what kind of talk you're talking about. I want that ace spot there, Pottles. So he gets around a Halloween machine, number 15 around out of turn 2. Makes a pass down now to the front stretch here. Here they come. Lance Brantlinger currently in the points race. He's actually in third by only 2 points. The top 3 are separated out by 2. The top 5 are separated out by 16 points. Not a lot of room for mistakes or errors here, especially in this race. And we're seeing it right now as these guys continue to work their way on in. We got a good look now at the STP oil machine of Robert Kahn. In my opinion, probably the most tragic story out of them all. He's had wins, he's had losses, he's been black flagged, he's been wrecked, he's had cautions thrown at him. He's had everything thrown at him, and yet he just can't seem to catch a break when he runs street stocks. Nor with the Legends either. He told me earlier today that, man, I'm tired of it. I just want to get a win in or two again. I know I wanted Daytona, but I need something more than just that, man. I want more. Right now, he is looking for more, but he's got a murderer's row to catch up to. That being also Cindy Taylor in the number 7 Traxxas Monster Energy machine. Still duking it out here with Dakota Bruh and the Rusty Nuts machine. Even though it doesn't seem like they're duking out too much, believe it or not, how close they are right now, that's about where you want to be when you're running your lines here. Let's go on board here with Cindy. See how well she's turning this car in here tonight. See how that car is right here. Look at this. They're going to go down low. Almost taking it up to Dakota Bruh. No, she can't overdrive it, though, because that's what Shane Ledoux and them did. And if you overdrive it now, you're going to end up going right into Dakota Bruh there. Smart thinking on her end to drive the way she did right there. She works them on then, though. She's got plenty of time here to catch up with these drivers. So your battle right now is for 4th. Dakota Bruh trying to hold off Cindy Taylor. Trying to get more points for his season here so he can stay in the leaderboard. But right now, he's got to find a way to hold off some top-tier drivers because Robert Kahn is catching up, and so has Cindy Taylor, as we mentioned just a sec. She's currently trying to work the inside line away from him. We go down low, down out of turn 1, going to turn 2, side by side, almost touching there a little bit. Dakota Bra able to hold himself accountable there. Gets up into the wall, though. Able to hold it out, unlike Shane Ledoux and Jeffrey Oaks. The difference was a lot less momentum going into that wall. And now they work him on down the front stretch. That's going to open the door up. Oh, you just got to love it when the virus threat protection pops up, right? Nonetheless, back up to the race here. Right now, Cindy Taylor has made the pass here around Dakota Bra. That opens the door up for Robert Kahn. Robert the Rattlesnake, Pony Express, whatever you want to call him. Kahn right now working him up onto the front stretch. He works them on in, down, turn one, side by side. They were Dakota almost touching there. They're able to hold their own, maintain line. Dakota not able to get around it there just yet. He loses time and momentum. And that opens the door up. He's going to get pushed back into 6 if he can, unless he's able to hold out there. Robert Kahn, though, not exactly running away with this one yet. They're still battling it back and forth here, but Robert seems to have finally found the line and the rhythm. Cindy Taylor right now, though, my opinion, she's just absolutely killing it out there with that car, trying to get something going here. Robert Kahn, though, saying otherwise. Here they come down out of turn 3 going into 4. Side by side they go still. This is the battle for 4th here. Robert Kahn trying to hold off 2 other drivers, trying to get himself up into contention. Looks like he probably saved his tires up a little bit more than the other 2 right now, and that might be what saves him in this race. They work him on down out of the back stretch. And I got to wonder, will there be any pitting involved in this case? And Dakota Bra making a way around Cindy yet again. So Cindy dropped back into 6th. What a change of position there we've seen. That was pretty impressive. Some smoke coming out of that 5. Chantel, the throttle Pottle. Serious damage up on the 5 machine. Not sure what happened there, but you know what, folks? There's only one way to find out. Let's go to the replay. We're going to go to the PTM Instant Replay right now and take a quick look and see what exactly happened to the throttle of Miss Pottle. We're going to go see right here. Looks like everything's okay. Might have got a little too close to the wall there. All right there, folks. She overdrove it into the wall, and usually you've seen it on the back stretch. This time it was on the front stretch. Huge smoke out of that, and unfortunately cost her a lot of ground and momentum, and the car has blown the motor. She's going to come to a complete stop, which means we're going to have to get the tower out there and give her a little push or two and get her situated out. Meanwhile, back in the race here, Jeffrey Oaks, he's currently working them on in, trying to get some time back from his lap he lost earlier. Works them on in, down the inside line. Dakota Bra tries to take it away from Cindy Taylor yet again. Trying to push her up a little bit, trying to get something going to get back into 5th. But as you can see, Cindy not to be phased from that, man, right there. Dakota Bra is just doing everything he can. But Cindy not get. Oh! What a wheelie there from Dakota in the wall! Tags Dave Bitchner. We got trouble. That's going for the caution. Ow! And Shane Ledoux not able to get out of the way. Dave Bitchner is upside down. Holy smokes. Caution must come out here, folks. 2 cars involved in that one. What a lick and a half, to say the least. That was not what you wanted to see. And especially now if you're in the Dakota Bra camp right now, that was not what you wanted to do. We got to go to the replay and find out exactly what happened here. That was a hard, hard lick. Let's go ahead and take a look at the replay now. We're back on live. We're going to see what here. We're going to get a closer view of this and inspection. Watch Dakota. Watch how tight he gets. He hits the turtle, gets a nice wheelie. Although this isn't drag race, you're not supposed to wheelie it, dude. He gets right in there and unfortunately gets a nice little lick or two. And Shane Ledoux, unfortunately, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. Ends up in the thick of that, as we're going to bring out the replay yet again for Shane Ledoux. And let's take a look at his cockpit view. Here's another look at it, folks, from another angle. This is Shane Ledoux in that 51 City Chevrolet machine. You can see where he's trying to hit his marks at, but that car's just not steering in the way he wants to. He sees Dakota get in there. He's trying to block it out of the way. He got back on the gas, but he realized Lance was there. And he didn't want to take him out, but unfortunately not much you could do in that case. And he gave another little love tap there to Dave. Serious damage on Shane Ledoux there, unfortunately. That's bringing out the caution. All lap cars will get laps back because we are only at the 45 of 100 mark. But impressive driving, to say the least, for everybody out here to hold themselves out for as long as they did. But if I'm the one you don't mess with Texas, I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But I got one thing I want to know. We got to go down to the in-race reporter and talk with her right now. Let's go ahead and talk with our in-race reporter.
10-4, I got you.
Hey, hey, McCarthy, how you doing down there?
Oh, hanging in there. Did not want to see that caution. Really had a good car coming in there toward the end. Did make some contact with the aid of Mr. Taylor. My apologies to him, but we'll just keep moving forward.
Is there anyone?
Came in, took some tires.
You got tires, a fresh set of a little splash of gas, or just tires in this case?
Took a little bit of gas to try and help with the balance, but not a lot.
All right. Real quick before you go, is there anybody behind you that kind of worries you? You haven't really seen too many people get in front of you as of late, but anybody that could possibly be a challenger in your mind when they get up to you?
Oh, definitely got an eye on Atkins. He's strong in these cars. He's always strong no matter what he runs. But just try and maintain pace and maintain a gap, and we should be okay.
Everything seems to be firing on all cylinders there for you, McCarthy. So good luck, and we'll see you down later after the race there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. That was your end race reporter talking with us just a minute ago, folks. As we get them ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in a minute, let's go have a word from our sponsors. Tonight's race is brought to you and powered by Matt Mills Racing Team. Matt Mills Racing Team, one of the best Xfinity series out on the circuit right now, working their way up amongst the race currently with a top 20 finish just last time out at Daytona for the Xfinity series, looking to get further into the field and get some better runs going. We'll see how it goes for them, but to support all of Matt Mills Racing and the team in general, be sure to follow them up on Facebook and Twitter at Matt Mills Racing. And of course also from our sponsors at Pottlez Wrapz. Pottlez Wrapz, you may have seen a few of these designs out here tonight. Those are the cars designed strictly from Pottlez Wrapz, working on all types, all different ways, all different shapes, new designs each and every time out. If you're looking for something at an affordable price you can't get anywhere else, be sure to look up Pottlez Wrapz today and have your creations come to life. Well, guys, we're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in just a minute. We will work them on in this time around. We will be at the halfway point as well, it seems as though. Looks like Chantel getting up in the wall there. I mean, I would save those right side tires if I was you, Chantel, but maybe that's just me. Right now, though, these guys really building up a lot of marbles up there on the top line, so I got to believe the bottom line is going to start to give away a little bit every now and then. The one to go still out. I believe we're going to keep it under yellow until everyone's all situated out here, though. Because there are a few cars not in position to where they're supposed to be. So we will get them re-racked, restacked, and all that. I guess not. I guess they're going to go side by side up front and then one line in the back. But green flag is out here. Back down out of turn one, going to turn two. We said it before. You just heard the in-race reporter, Kayla McCarthy, who's currently was your leader. She's got trouble, though. Jonathan Atkins now works them on in on the high line. They'll stay side by side. Contact made there out of turn three. They go into four. They're all spelled up now. Atkins knows, though, he's got to try to steal that line back from her before it's too late. They go down low and not quite enough time there. Atkins having to back off. Now he's going to try to work the draft in on McCarthy and hope to God something can work for him there. They work him on in down turn three. They'll come into turn four. The halfway point has now commenced. We are halfway through this race. Don't tune out yet. Go share us around, please. We want more folks to watch these guys duke it out. They love it when you get the support. They love seeing you guys watch them. They want all the love they can get right now, and they're doing everything they can to put on a show for you at home. With Myrtle Beach, though, it's a little tricky to really master that, but these street stock drivers are doing a heck of a job at that. Robert Kahn right now trying to hold off Dakota Bro in the 52, the Rusty Nuts machine, trying to get in there with these guys and trying to get up in the spotlight, trying to get something going here. The early caution, though, unfortunately costing him trouble and not able to get him back up and reset. So right now he's trying to figure something out with that car and trying to get it all taken care of here. They will work him on in, though. McCarthy has not ran away from Atkins yet. John Atkins is still holding his own, holding his line here. Trying to get the Custom Works number 17 machine up into victory lane for the first time in a long time, ever since Phoenix. He works them on in, down, out of turn one. They'll go into turn two here. Matthew Hopper, though, currently in the hunt for the points race. I don't really think he minds too much if he finishes third. He just wants to finish ahead of the guy right now in fifth, which is Dakota Brun, the 52 Rusty Nuts machine. He's trying to get around that STP oil machine of Robert Kahn. The old rattlesnake striking yet again with these guys and just kind of figuring his line out. Dakota, though, he's holding his own here. He's really starting to work them on in, just trying to get something going here. In the back of the pack, Cindy Taylor in the Traxxas Monster Energy machine. Falling victim to a little bit of a bad restart and unfortunately not able to get it set up and centered out. She works them on in, trying to get something going here. So is Chantel, the throttle there in number 5. Trying to get around that Superflow number 8 of Keith Taylor. Keith Taylor in the Superflow has yet to been in the top 3, but her sister, his sister has been the driver of all the talks in the Taylor family right now, and you can definitely know that they're rooting him on right now to try to get this win in. They work him on down, though. Superflow number 8 of Keith Taylor trying to hold his own on Chantel. Chantel trying to go to the bottom here, trying to sneak her way in on the backstretch. With Taylor into the wall a little bit, slows him down, opens the door up to the Pepsi number 5. The Pepsi Cola number 5 of Chantel, the throttle, trying to get that inside line to stick a little bit more, trying to get up into position. Currently a lap down, trying to make up lost time and ground. She's almost in the top 10 here. They will work them on in. Jeffrey Oaks now trying to get some time back and some laps back, but they got to find a way around Cindy Taylor. Currently runs in 7th right now. Up front, back into the pack here, Jonathan Atkins in the 17 is your your second place leader of the leader right now, being one you don't mess with Texas, but big old smoke in that 17. He'll find a way. He might be saving his tires, might be saving himself some time here. He's looking to really make a move here on McCarthy. Worked them on in down out of turn 2 here. You can see now working the outside line, trying to get back in, gonna maybe try to squeeze in there. Trying to make McCarthy go one way and open up the door to the other, but not going to happen this time. McCarthy says, no, sir, I don't swing that way. I am who I am. Deal with it. I'm just keeping my lead. Works them on in, down out of turn 2. Yet again, McCarthy still with the race lead. They are still battling back and forth here. We got a closer camera right on them. You can see how close they are getting to each other, though. Almost tagging each other on the back there. Atkins, though, seems to have gotten the door opened up on McCarthy. McCarthy trying to keep the bottom away, but Atkins says, no, I don't care this time. I'm pushing forward. Works them on in, finally gets the lead, does Atkins. Atkins gets the custom IND number 17 machine to the lead. Oh, that was some fine racing on Atkins and made the move when it counted most. Sometimes all you need is just a little side movement to the left or the right, and that opens the door up enough. And that was unfortunately what happened to McCarthy there. Did not see that one coming. They're going to work them on in, down, out of the back stretch. We'll see how that battle goes down. But right now, your battle still is in the back. As Chantel trying to get some speed going to get back into lap traffic here. Keith Taylor in the Superflow 8 trying to get up there with her sister, of Cindy Taylor. Cindy Taylor in the Traxxas Monster Energy machine currently in the hunt, in contention. Brother and sister duo still at it here. A lot of Taylor family members have been watching up on these streams, and I do want to say thank you for tuning in as usual. And thanks to everyone else that tuned in. We got Josh Brantlinger, Candace B. McCarthy, and Kenneth Crawford still with us here tonight. Thanks again for that and all the love and support here. But right now, though, looks like the time is starting to run out for McCarthy. 34 laps remaining in this one. McCarthy is still trying to get something to go on Atkins. This will not be the only time we will see McCarthy here on Myrtle Beach. We will see them back here, as well as the other drivers in the right behind her, and a few new names that we haven't had in a while up in the Legends Series come the last race of the season for the Legends, and that will come in 4 weeks from now. Next week we will have a week off after the Legends Series, so no PTM Racing TV broadcasting there, although to be honest with you, we might think of something fun to do for you guys at home. Well, maybe. We'll think about it. Nonetheless, back to the race here. John Atkins, that 17 machine, currently trying to work his way on in, trying to get something to go away from McCarthy. McCarthy, though, doing a great job staying with him. Only doing what Atkins did to her just a little while ago, and that's just get the draft off him. Still, though, Matt McCarthy trying to get something to work in, trying to get a little bit of a run there. Just can't quite get it to push as hard as she wants it to. But it looks like Atkins is starting to open the door up a little bit. This may be her opportunity. We'll see how it all plays out for her. We're on board here with Kayla McCarthy. You see that red line right there? That is the line of how hard the RPMs are running. That when it goes to that red line, that means it's over. It's just at the max point almost. They got to work them in around Lance Brandlinger, but will that open the door up for McCarthy to make a big move there out of turn 2? Works them on in. We'll see how it goes here. They work them on down now out of turn 3 going into 4. Got Custom Works IND number 17 of Jonathan Atkins trying to hold out the Dallas Cowboys machine of Kayla McCarthy in the 24. Still holding out though. McCarthy trying to get something to go there. Just it looks like Atkins now knows what she's trying to do. And that is going to be a problem for her because she needs that bottom line to get the rhythm she needs. But if she can get the draft back, she can put the front bumper to his rear there and really give him something to think about. Meanwhile, back in the pack here for third, Robert Kahn, the old rattlesnake. He's starting to strike here. He's recoiled back and now he's fighting back. Had a pretty decent season for him, but nonetheless has not been the series or races he's wanted in his mind. He's currently trying to work it on in there with Matthew Hoffert and the 84 machine. The STP oil treatment machine there. That Pontiac Grand Prix trying to get everything he can to get in to victory lane here. But right now, unless you're up in the second slot, I don't think you're going to be anywhere near Jonathan Atkins at this point. As we look in the back of the pack here, looks like Cindy Taylor and Dakota Bra are back at it once more. Oh, something just went in Dakota Bra. I think I just heard the motor going down. One trouble for the 52. That is not what you wanted to see. You heard the motor blow. You just heard that little clink and then doosh, and that's not exactly something you want. Dakota Bra, your points leader, just blew the motor. And that, oh my goodness, I never thought we would see another motor blow like that way in that kind of a race setting. The last time I can remember was literally with me in the at Phoenix Raceway when I blew the motor with only about 5 laps to go. Oh boy, was that something. But I can tell you right now what Dakota's probably thinking is, why now and why this way? Tough break for him, but back up front. Look at this now. Robert Kahn, we sneaked him on up. He's starting to recoil. He is struck. The rattlesnake has got around Matthew Hoffer down out of turn 3. The STP oil treatment number 21 of Robert Kahn now works him down the front stretch. Matthew Hoffer and that big bad Chevrolet trying to get around him yet again. Works him on in. Trying to get the Roland Chevrolet 84 up into the front, into the third spot yet again. They'll try to get him down in the backstretch. Works them on in yet again down turn 3 going into turn 4. You can see though Matthew Hoffer not giving an inch here. Robert Kahn though is like, I don't really care. I'll keep you in my rear view mirror if I have to. Although I'll tell you one thing, don't try brake checking with these cars. That rear end will fly up on your front hood and then you're both screwed. But right now back up front, look at this, the battle for the lead. Caleb McCarthy has now challenged up John Atkins in the 17. Atkins opened the door up, and now he can't bring it back down on her to try to stay away. They squeeze him on in down the backstretch. Oh, that front bumper's right on the rear tire of Atkins, but Atkins able to get a little bit more momentum on in the backstretch. Doesn't matter when you can't get the turn right, though. Here they come down the front stretch. 3 wide, they'll go down the front stretch. Dakota Bra's going to have to back off. Their contact's made. Contact made by Dakota and McCarthy. They're able to hold it stable. Great driving on both their ends here. And what a camera shot from our crew right now and the PTM TV staff. Holy smokes, this is some serious back and forth between these guys right now. McCarthy not giving an inch. Atkins not giving an inch. But McCarthy seems to have the line drawn out on the bottom. She's just got to be aware of those turtles. One false move, and you're going to blow your motor like Dakota did. Dakota right now is 4 laps out of it. Steve Taylor and Dave Bichner have left the building. They are out as well. Unfortunately, right now, your battle is between for the lead. Everybody else in the back right now currently is just trying to find some time and momentum. McCarthy, though, seems to get something going there on the backstretch. Finally getting a run there on the bottom. What a battle between these two greats. two hard-throwing slobber knocker machines. McCarthy in the Dallas Cowboys Good Boys 24 machine. The 17, the IND Custom Works of Jonathan Atkins, a former champion here. Both were former champions to be exact. Atkins has yet to get back into victory lane or a season championship, and so long he's currently in 10th right now in the points. But after Dakota Bruh blowing that motor, I gotta believe that might give him a chance there to try to catch back up. But now they run the risk of lap traffic here as we got 16 laps to the distance here. Dustin Rouse now, Harley Davidson 1330 machine trying to stay out of the way. He's going to go up high and stay out of the way of McCarthy and Atkins. Atkins, though, now seems to have found a little bit more momentum on that run. Trying to make up the ground. They work him on down out of turn 1. They'll go into turn 2. You can see how much of a maneuver that McCarthy is trying to make. Trying to stay ahead of Jonathan Atkins here. We're now on board here with Jonathan Atkins. You see how the on board there of McCarthy. As she works it on in around Chantel, the throttle. Chantel trying to stay on the high line, stay out of trouble here. Atkins works the bottom end. The tires skidding around like crazy. They're just trying to hold their own here. The battle for the lead still commences. We've got just over 10 laps remaining in this one here, folks. You don't want to cut out on this. Share us around. Show the stream. This is something here. Shane Ledoux on the wall, though. Watch out, Ledoux! The City Chevrolet 51 of Ledoux getting up on the wall. He had to back off there, almost causing problems there, if you will. Staying out of trouble, though. He stays out of the way for these drivers in the lead. Atkins and McCarthy, they do not want to quit on each other just yet. We're down to 12 to go. If Atkins is going to make the move, he's going to have to find a way around it down out of turn 1 and 2. I believe that's the only line you're going to be able to get her around. The reason why is because that bottom line, she's been sticking it there the whole time. She has yet to give up that spot. The bottom line, though, out of turn 1 and 2 is where you're able to get around them more because of the fact the turtles are starting to get going. Right now, Dakota Bruh in that 52, he's just trying to stay out of the way and trying to make up lost time and ground. We'll see how he's able to hold himself out here. That's right, Kenneth. We got ourselves a battle for the lead. Lap by lap by lap. It seems like these two just can't get rid of each other. They will continue on. Dakota Bruh, though, the Rusty Nuts 52 might play trouble here. We'll see if that Chevrolet stays up high. He's gonna let these guys battle it out here. Good driving and sportsmanship on Dakota there to let these guys duke it out. These guys and gals, I should say, right now. McCarthy, though, proving to be a better driver on the bottom line, proving to hold everything stable there. 10 to go this time around. And caution's coming out. Robert Kahn and Dustin Rouse involved in that one. That is not what McCarthy wanted to see. And I almost guarantee you that's not what Jonathan Atkins wanted to see. Let's go to the replay here, folks. Find out exactly what the heck happened here. I believe this is going to be between Dustin Rouse and the 30 Harley Davidson and Chantel the throttle. Let's see what happens exactly. All right there, folks. Rouse just got right into the turtles, and it did the same thing that Dakota Bruh got into, which unfortunately got him up, did a wheelie, side spun him right into Pottlez, though. Chantel the throttle, A-okay. She's able to get everything back up and running. We're going to go on board here with her and see exactly what exactly was wrong there when she got caught, when she got side snapped. We're back on board here. We'll see how it all played out here. Let's see what happened. So you can see they work them on down out of turn 2. And you can hear that tap there, that Pepsi Cola number 5 of Chantel throttle, Pottle. And she's able to get everything situated out. Only rear damage on that car. She's A-okay. But Robert Kahn, his night might be over with. We'll see how it all plays out, but I can tell you right now, one driver that's happy to see that was Dakota Bruh. Dakota finally getting his opportunity to get around and get his chance back in to the race lead. Or it's not race lead, but in the points lead by getting some laps back and some time back. But I can tell you right now, as that caution flag's high in the air from that iRacing flagman there, those two that you got your eye on right now are going to go to war on these last 4 or 3 laps, to say the least. What a shocking turn of events for these two drivers. What a shocking turn of events for this entire series. That was, I thought we were going to have ourselves a big finish there between these two. But unfortunately, Myrtle Beach not playing too friendly to some drivers. It got Dakota Brett earlier. It got Chantel the Throttle Apollo on the front stretch. It got Jeffrey Oaks on turn 2. The same spot that seems to be everybody gets hit on. But ever since then, these guys have been either battling in position or they've been jockeying just to stay ahead of the transition where the marbles are starting to build up. The turn has definitely wielded a lot of problems for these guys as Dakota goes back into pit road. But actually right now what this just did, now that I'm getting word here, the third place driver, Cindy Taylor, in that Traxxas Monster Energy machine, she can honestly just get a good restart on this and steal a win away from these guys. And it looks like Robert Kahn's actually going to get up into the third spot. This time around, we will have a green-white checkered finish on this one. If they don't get it done this time around, we'll give them 2 more opportunities. After that, game over. Be sure to stay tuned, though, after the race, though, folks. We're going to talk with our 3 top finishers. And then right after that, if you want to follow more up on PTM Racing TV, tomorrow night we bring you something special. We're going to bring you a whole new series from the Cup Series, that is No Limit Racing. They will be here on PTM Racing TV for a 227 lap field at Atlanta. A heated battle there as they run them in. But right now the battle is between these drivers. Off that restart though, McCarthy, something not right with her. It looked like she had trouble there. She's not getting out of gear, and unfortunately that opened the door up to Jonathan Atkins. Jonathan Atkins getting a huge burst off that. Shayla Dew trying to stay out of the way, trying to stay out of trouble there. And Cindy Taylor in that number 7 Traxxas Monster Energy machine trying to work his way on in there. Trying to work her way on in there, excuse me. Thinking of Shayla Dew there by accident, but look at this now. The one you don't mess with Texas spot back up to Jonathan Atkins there on the draft. Chantel got something wrong there. Looks like she might have spun out. We're going to go down out of turn 3 into 4. This is going to be the white flag this time by. Will McCarthy put that front bumper and give the tackle of a lifetime to Atkins? Or will Atkins be able to hold her off here on the bottom here? They work them on down out of turn 2. McCarthy trying everything she can. Might have ran out of time though. Atkins holds the bottom. You can see they're going to get up close and personal. Robert trying to get around, but it's not enough. Jonathan Atkins, the Custom Works RC Cars number 17 is going to be your race winner here at Myrtle Beach. Wow, what a race. Strong finish there. Strong overcoming the odds there for Atkins. But I guarantee if you're the one you don't mess with Texas, you got to be a little miffed right now that Atkins got the lucky break there and got the race win. I'm not so sure there, but we will talk with our top 3 here in just a moment. We'll talk with everybody here in just a sec here. We're just kind of getting everything all situated out here. Sorry for the red black screen there, folks. We didn't mean to do that. There he is, your race winner, Jonathan Atkins in the Custom Works RC Cars number 17. Puts it in victory lane once again. But this time, it was where he needed it most. And that was at Myrtle Beach. This could be his opportunity to finally get back in the points race. But only 3 races left, he'd have to win them all and hope to God that Hoffert and Bruh struggle there. But I can tell you one thing right now. I feel bad for McCarthy there. That was not a finish you wanted to see for her. Tough break for her. And then Chantel the Throttle. Blown motor in that one. Something not going right there on the later half. Lance Brantlinger in the 15 Havoline. He just seems like he just can't catch a break sometimes. But nonetheless, we're waiting on our top 3 here tonight. We'll bring him on in here shortly. We've got McCarthy in the wings waiting. We've got Atkins right now waiting in the wings. So we will bring them in here in just a minute. They have now initiated the countdown clock. And again, folks, if you're just now wanting to leave and you want to tune out, we don't blame you. We appreciate you, though, for tuning in, and we hope you've enjoyed this hard-packed, action-packed race here tonight. here at Myrtle Beach. What an incredible finish it was here tonight for these drivers, and what an incredible battle it was for a lot of them as well. A lot of time and a lot of ground on everybody, and no lap, in my opinion, was wasted here. If y'all didn't tune in and see this one, or you just not watch it later on, boy, did you miss something. Well, folks, looks like Robert Kahn's not going to join us, so we're going to go ahead
You got me?
and bring in McCarthy. Yeah, we got you now, McCarthy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our in-race reporter, and I don't think you want to talk to me right now the way this thing went, but McCarthy, congratulations on the second place finish. And yeah, that looked heartbreaking. What happened on that last restart?
I honestly think there was some maybe a little bit of restart games going on. It is what it is. That's part of racing. Hats off to Atkins. Good run. I really feel like we had him though. Had that last caution not come out. So you take some, you lose some, and we'll just take it and move on to next week.
I know this is a little bit disappointing for you. I know you were having a lot of people on your back tonight. You wanted to get win number 2 in here in the street stocks, but I mean, I can't say this enough, but don't ever be disappointed in where you finished and how you ran just because of one race. This was one of those situations, in my opinion, that you ran your race off, you ran your tail end off, and unfortunately, it just didn't quite turn out the way you were expecting, and that is part of racing, unfortunately. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, you got games in racing, and everybody plays them. I mean, we took it 3 wide there at one point with a lap car, and we all came out on top. And Atkins is a hell of a racer. Archon, I mean, everybody in this league is a hell of a racer. So sucks not to be able to go back to back like that. Had such a strong practice, such a strong qualifying, which really had my hopes up. But again, that's part of racing, and just take it and move on, keep our heads high, and we still got 2 weeks left.
3, 2 more weeks, yeah. Yeah, we'll have our week off this time around, but who do you want to thank real quick before we go?
Yeah, definitely got sponsors: Matt Mills Racing, Courtesy Chrysler Jeep, PTM for the league, PTM TV for everything that they all do with the broadcasting. My wife Candace for putting up with me for week to week with putting the amount of testing in that I do. My family, my friends watching, everybody. Lucas for helping me out. Everybody, and just hats down. PTM, I will say this is probably one of the best leagues in the world to run, and it's an honor to run with y'all.
It's an honor to have you on here, and it was an honor to just have you back here and talking with us here on PTM Racing TV. Carlo McCarthy, congratulations again on second place finish. You'll get him soon enough, though. We'll see you next time on Tuesday night's Dirt Stock Series.
Sounds good, thank you.
All right, Kayla, the one you don't mess with, Texas McCarthy, finishing second here tonight at Myrtle Beach. All right, folks, we're bringing him in now. Jonathan Atkins, 17. And man, oh man, you got to be a little bit happy that first caution came out and everything worked in your favor. What did you have to do there when you were battling McCarthy to get that last little push to win?
I got to give it to her. She made me work for it. Usually these things I can kind of ride and save my stuff and be there at the end, but I had to push the whole race. And if not for that last caution, I wasn't going to get to her. And I've kind of figured some stuff out on restarts lately and felt like I got a pretty good start there. Otherwise she had me. So it was a good race.
It was a good race. It was a tremendous battle between you guys. It just didn't seem like anything could go wrong with you guys when you were up battling there. And that had to have been something when she was right beside you the whole time they're battling it out with what was going on, especially with getting around those lap cars, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think one time we were 3 wide with a lap car. That's how you're supposed to race. We race each other clean. I think we touched one time, but it's racing, and I had fun racing with her. So.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. Well, Atkins, another win here tonight. I believe this is win number 3 or 2, I believe, something like that.
I think 3.
I think 3. All right, but who do you want to thank here for race number 3 here tonight, buddy?
I just think y'all for putting this thing on, and Little Indy RC Speedway.
All right, absolutely indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight at Myrtle Beach Speedway. This is Jonathan Atkins, or Big Smoke, as we like to call him. Congratulations, Jonathan Atkins.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, your number 17, Jonathan Atkins, your race winner here tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to call it a night sometime or another. So, to everyone that tuned in and stayed with us, thank you so much for tuning in. I promise you, next time out, we will not be in a season race because we will have the week off for the street stocks. However, we do have more races coming up with the PTM series, with the dirt stocks coming Tuesday night, and then of course Thursday night we've got the legends back at it once again. And then we will also, of course, have our situation going down tomorrow night with the No Limit Racing Series or the Cup Series. They'll bring out those Pro Division guys. Money on the line, points on the line, and we can definitely guarantee there will be some much needed wins for those guys out there coming tomorrow night. But before we go tonight here, we want to say real quick to our sponsors at Matt Mills Racing Team, the best Xfinity Series team out on the track, out on the circuit, trying to get themselves up in the ranks. A great group of guys, gals, all family-oriented, family team all around there. Great bunch of folks there. You can't help but love and support. Be sure to follow them up on Facebook and Twitter for more information on how you can support Matt Mills Racing Team today. And then, of course, also to our good friends over at Pottlez Wrapz. Pottlez Wrapz is a proud sponsor of this entire series, with one free wrap going out to the Dirt Stocks, the Legends, and the Street Stock series of each division season winner. And nonetheless, they have come up with some of the most amazing schemes out there. If you've looked on the track, you may have seen at least a good half of them done directly from that group, and from those people over there. Be sure to look up Pottlez Wrapz today for an affordable car and an affordable wrap that you can create to your wildest content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to call it out sometime. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thanks again everyone that tuned in. We love you all. Be safe. Good night. God bless. Take it easy. And good night, everybody.